Hi, I'm Glenn, City Valley Fishing Field Team, COAF Field Team, here on iFishNews Fishing Podcast, where we learn to fish by our trials and errors. And this round, what we have for you? Well, we got the kayak fishing bug, and so let's talk about, well, we've done a video before on this, but we kind of changed things since we last done this. And this is, what do we have in our kayak fishing jacket? And so we've got our kayak fishing jacket just from the other day when we went fishing. Haven't changed anything other than brought it inside the house here, and let's go show you what we have. And for those on the podcast, we'll describe it. Okay, so here is the kayak fishing jacket that yours truly likes to use. And in there, we'll also give the reason why we have these particular items. First thing that we want to talk about is we have a whistle. We have a whistle right here. Oops, dropped something. But we have a whistle. And this is a safety requirement that you have for having a sound device. So here it is. And this one's a Coast Guard approved. Let's see what I dropped here. Oops, it looks like one of our backup lures. So let's talk about lures then. So here is a line. It's about 30 feet, maybe 40 feet of line with a crappie jig. All right. And what this is for is a backup. Yours truly forgot his rod one time, but luckily he had this in his kayak jacket and was able to fish regardless of leaving his fishing rod. Also, one of my fishing partners dropped her fishing rod in the water, and I relegated her to the line and crappie jig setup until she proved otherwise, because she ended up catching more fish than me. But that's a different story. Anyhow, that's what we have in the jacket, as well as a backup slab. Always got to have some backup slabs. And let's go take a look. And a couple of crappie jigs in yellow and chartreuse. Also, and this is in the right pocket, have an extra stringer, because, well, yours truly tends to forget stringers. So have that in the bag. What else? Looks like an extra trot line clip or jug lining. It's good to have that, as well as speaking of clips, for the fishing and stringer that I use a tennis ball fishing float. We see it in videos that we've posted. And what it is just these shower clips with some rubber tubing in some of them for the bigger fish and to hold the clip closed. And you'll see in some of the videos that we've posted where I'm using this to put the catfish on the stringer because I drop them otherwise and lose them. So I have this on the clip or on the fish as I put the clip on in the kayak. So if I drop them, it just drops back in the kayak. And then at that point, I'll bring the line over, the stringer over, put it on the clip, and then throw it back into the water. So that has saved us many times without not losing any fish. But again, if you have any bigger fish, you do want to make sure you use a stopper. In this case, this rubber little piece that goes over the clip itself to hold it closed. And in other cases, if it's a big one, definitely use that extra stringer that we have here for that bigger one. Let's see. Hanging on a D-clip or carabiner is a set of forceps, as well as some snips, some line clippers. That's always good to have. And that's everything on the left or on the right side. So let's go shift over to the left side. Okay, so since we last did this, we didn't have these in our jacket, but now we do. Our kayak fishing gear gloves, because forgot where I put them, finally found them, and ended up tending to leave them at the house instead of having them at the ready. So by having it here, I'm good to go. And then, let's see, got to have duct tape. All right, why? Well, we do jug lining, and this is always good to redo your dates as well as your address on the jug line if needed, because we also have a Sharpie. All right, and then, let's see, have some extra line. This is a 14-pound test line, and looks like another 14-pound test line. So we got two of them, in fact. So have those ready to go because, well, always good to have some backup line. Have some means to measure. So we got a tape measure. All right. And then, and this one's always good because we tend to forget it, is a multi-tool. This is a cheap one that we picked up for $1 or $2, I think it was, at the dollar store. This has saved us being able to get those catfish off a treble hook when they hit your slab. That always works good. And for some reason, I got an old key ring holder here for some reason, so I don't know why that's there, but I'm going to keep it there. I'm sure I'm going to need it sooner or later. Maybe I'll put it on this trot line clip. Let's go do it now. That way we just have it ready. I'm sure I can use this for something. Because what ends up happening is you're in the kayak and everything is kind of cramped, so you want to be able to just be able to grab it out of your left or right pocket. And we found that this setup has worked well when we needed something. We can just grab it fairly quickly. Also, because we have it at the ready, we're always ready to go at a moment's notice to go do some fishing. So we just throw this jacket in there. We already got the kayak paddles, the stringers there, the nets there, little big the big sponge we use for taking water out when we get some water in the kayak is always in the kayak as well. So the only thing we really need to do is just load the kayak and then throw the jacket into the little pickup and we're off. So that's it for what we have in our kayak fishing jacket. Hopefully this gives you an understanding why we do it, and maybe from learning from our trials and errors, that find some things useful in this case when you decide to go do some kayak fishing. Alrighty, so do stay tuned of the upcoming weeks, days. We plan on going back out there doing some kayak fishing, probably doing some more of that back paddling because that seems to be working for us. Still got to get that GoFish camera, do some underwater live shots. Really interested about that. Probably thinking about putting a trolling with that GoFish cam behind the kayak. So, kill two birds with one stone, and do some fishing as well as get those underwater live shots and see how the fish are reacting. So we have that in our back pocket, as well as some ponds. We'll probably hit some local ponds sooner or later. And then, of course, if we can get that Denison Dam run and get back up there and catch some more of those gar, it'd be really nice. Maybe get a big one this time and stay on the hook or keep from breaking the line. All right, so thanks for stopping by. Hopefully this was helpful. And again, do check us out at iFishNews Fishing Podcast. That's our podcast, as well as COAF Field Team, our YouTube channel. All right, next time we'll catch y'all later. Good luck and good fishing.